Good evening guys, my name is Tommy and welcome back to the channel. Tonight is episode 2 of the FM23 Derby takeover and things are going pretty well. We are 6 games into the league so far and you can see that we are top of the league. We're on 15 points, so you can see that we've only dropped points on 1 game. If I take you back through to some of the fixtures that we had, last time you was here we played against Oxford and we had a 2-1 victory. And you can see that the next game I actually lost. I was at home to Charlton, so I was a little bit disappointed that we lost at home. But that was just one of those games where nothing really seemed to go right at all. We then went on to the Carabao Cup and we played Blackburn. And this one I was gutted about. Blackburn are in the league ahead of us. They should have absolutely trounced us. We ended up taking it to extra time. Not to extra time, straight to penalties actually. It was 1-1 at the end, and in the end they ended up winning in sudden death. It was something like 7-6. I felt like we deserved something out of it, but sometimes that is just the way that the cookie crumbles when it comes down to penalties. But since then, we have won every single game. We played Barnsley, Shrewsbury, Fleetwood, Peterborough and Grimsby, and you can see that we've won every single game, which is fantastic. The Fleetwood game, though, is something to remember, and I wish that I would have done one of these videos for it. If you just have a look at what happened here. We went 1-0 up relatively early on. Then Nathan Mendes-Lang had a goal disallowed, he was offside, and then we went 2 up. So we're around 70 minutes, 2 up. 2 minutes later, 2-1. 6 minutes after that, becomes 2-2, and now I'm thinking, God, we've got 15 minutes left. How have I gone from being 2-0 up to 2-2? I then went up to 3-2 with 86 minutes to go. I was like, great, this is great, I can shut up shop now. They then went 3-3 with 87 minutes, so the minute after they went 3-3, and then in injury time, Lewis Dobbin came up and made us 4-3, and I just thought, what a crazy game that was. We had most of the possession, we had most of the shots as well. It was just one of those games where pretty much every time the other team went forward, they scored a goal. So yeah, that was a fixture that stuck out for sure. That was 4-3, and we've carried on, and we are heading next to Plymouth, and that is the game that we're going to be covering in this video. Now, looking at the league, I think it's a bit too early to understand who's a rival and who's not a rival, but Plymouth are definitely up there. They're 5th in the league at the minute. They're 5 points behind. So they're not doing too bad either. If we just have a look, they won their last game against Exeter. They did have 2 defeats against Bolton and Watford, which, you know, could be something that we could play on. They are only just coming out of a losing streak, so that is something that we could play on. But I think I'm quite confident going into this. You know, we are unbeaten in the last 5 or 6 games. We are playing at home against 5th place, so let's just do it. When it comes to transfer activity, there hasn't been any, really. I haven't got the money to buy any players. I've looked for free players and loan players, but I just can't find any that are going to really even add, not even start. I'm just looking for people to add depth, but literally the players are so poor, or they want wages that I can't afford. You can see here I'm already over my wage budget at the minute, so I'm going to need to do some tinkering around. There was a little bit of activity with Louis Sibley. Southampton came in for an offer. They offered me 5.25 million, which, looking at him, you're probably going to say that's a little bit cheap. Looking at his potential that he has, his age, but it's 5.25 million that I couldn't turn down. That 5.25 million. I could have bought 4 or 5 squad players to build some depth in the team. I accepted the offer, but Louis Sibley rejected the contract offer anyway, so we're back down to square one. So we're a couple of days away from the Plymouth game. The transfer deadline hasn't happened yet, so I'm going to jump through that. I'll meet you right at the team selection page for the Plymouth game. I'll give you any updates on anything that happened. I don't think anything transfer-wise will happen though. And let's just jump straight into the Plymouth game. I'll see you then. So here we are at the Plymouth game, and this is the team that I've picked. Deadline day passed and went with no activity. The bottom line is I just can't afford anyone. I'm already over my wage budget. Even making the adjustment, I'm still over my wage budget. I haven't got any available funds to buy anyone. Nobody wants to come on loan with no fee involved at all. There's no one available. Nobody came in for any of my players. I tried to offer Sibley out again. Tried to offer people like McGoldrick out, but nobody came in. So this is what I'm left with. There's not really much depth in my squad at all. I'm going to have to maybe call on the under-21s and have a look at the development centre to have a look at who's in lying in waiting in the ranks. But we're going up for this tried and tested 4-2-3-1 formation. Jason Knight has played fantastic for me this season. Hourhan's been a rock in the game. Most of the play revolves around him. We've got Sibley, Collins, Dobbin, Farquharson. You can see all of them have contributed goal-wise this season so far. And yeah, let's just jump into it. This is Plymouth at home. Let's go. Teams are warming up. And let's get into the dressing room. And we are favourites. I can see that Hayden Roberts is nervous, so maybe I need to speak to him and calm his nerves down a little bit. But I'm just going to say, what's the best thing to do here? What's the assistant recommending? The media have given you a lot of credit later. Go and put a worthy display. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with that. Let's see how people... Okay, so a large proportion of them have got a positive reaction. I'm happy with that. I don't need to speak to Hayden Roberts. Let's just jump straight in. So, we're going to kick off and let's wait for the highlights to arrive. Minutes in, we've only had one shot and we come here with a highlight already. And it looks like it's a Plymouth highlight. What is going to happen? So Purcell knocks it over. Defender's going to mop that up a little bit. Don't give the ball away. He's going to give the ball away. What an idiot. What was he doing? Why? I don't get it. Look at that. Dinked over the top. I thought Davis had that. But he turns on the ball. He tries to get clever. And he gets the ball taken off him. And it's an easy one. It's an easy one for Hardy. 1-0 to Plymouth. This is not the start that I wanted. I'm going to have to encourage the team. Like I said in the last video, encouraging whilst you're behind seems to pick them up. Praising whilst they're ahead seems to pick them up. Anything else seems to piss them off a little bit. But we're in with a highlight. This is a Plymouth in possession highlight so far. So I'm hoping that something good comes and a transfer of possession happens. There's a lot of space there on that right. Okay, we seem to be pressing quite well. Over the top again. The defenders have got to deal with this. Don't give the ball away this time. What is that? Why are you doing that? They've literally not done this all season. That was extremely lucky to get away with that. What is my defence doing? So far, I don't know if you saw that. That sees us in second place at the minute. We need to do something different. Encouraging. We have had most of the possession. We've had most of the shots as well. We just don't seem to be doing anything with it. If you look XG wise, we are there or thereabouts. We're much the same. But like I said, 64% of possession so far. We've had 3 shots on target. Is there anyone that's not playing particularly well? Let's get into the dressing room. And I'm going to say, show me something else in the second half. And let's just have a look at the tactics and let's just see. So there's a few players that aren't playing very well at all. Lewis Dobbin's quite anxious. I don't know why you're anxious, Lewis. I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm not going to change anyone yet, but I am going to give an individual shout to Lewis Dobbin to say, you know, pressure's off or calm down, something like that. So where is it? So it says there he seems motivated, but my tactic screen says that he was anxious. So I am going to say, Relax, it won't do you any good to stay in this frame of mind. And let's just see what that does. Has that done anything? No, he's still anxious. Right, okay. Let's start the second half. Let's hope for something different. We're going to encourage. And we'll give it 60, 65 minutes, something like that. Come on. Okay. Right, I think it is time. Dobbins still hasn't improved. He's still on a 6.3. He's still unhappy. So, come on. Let's come off. And I'm going to stick Mendes Lang on, I think. What about tactics-wise? I think that's quite a positive tactic. The secondary tactic that I've got is a bit more of a counter-attack. That's for when I'm playing, when I feel like I'm under the cosh a little bit. Am I under the cosh now? No, we're at home. There's still 25 minutes left. So I'm going to stick with what I've got. I might go a little bit more direct though. So confirm that sub. I'm going to get an instruction out just to go a little bit more direct. Hopefully this will do something. Horahan with a free kick on the left. Let's see what he can do with that. In. It's not really gone anywhere. Mendes Lang has got it on the edge of the penalty area. What's he going to do with it? Who's going for it? Oh, unlucky. Unlucky. They had Horahan on the left there. He could have picked him out, but he didn't. He went for gold. Nice. Well done, Sibley, picking up the ball there and finding Mendes Lang, who finds Barquisen. What can he do with it? He's running with it. Is he gonna? Yeah, he looks for Jason Knight on the right, who crosses it in, and yes, Nathan Mendes Lang there to equalise. 70 minutes. It's 1-1. I love that when that happens, when a player that you've brought on makes the difference. Love that. What a great goal that was. Barquisen took his time. He waited for the run. Jason Knight, to be fair, lucky with a deflection there off the Plymouth defender. But yeah, nicely put away. 1-1. Right, let's have a look at the team again, just very quickly. I saw that Conor Horahan's not really having a great game, but have I got anyone? Corey Smith. Corey Smith can come on for him. So I'm going to bring Corey Smith on, and a lot of these players are nervous, and I don't really know why. You would think they wouldn't be nervous after winning your last 5 or 6 games on the trot, but let's bring some fresh legs in and let's see if that makes a difference. Let's get an encouraging shout out there. We're straight in. Tom Barker's in with a corner. Didn't make it past the first defender though, which isn't great. Curtis Davis out to Jason Knight. Looking for Sibley. He finds Sibley. He has a shot. That's a good effort, but it was straight at the keeper. But the angle was tight anyway, so I'll let him get away with that. We seem to be turning the screw a little bit here. Let's hope it just continues. Let's hope we can get something from it. Into the... Okay, I was going to say that was a bit ambitious. And Cooper picks it up nice and easy, actually, to be fair. The highlight isn't over just yet, though. I hope it's not for negative reasons. Come on. You've got to cover him there. Okay. I'm happy with that. If that's all they're relying on is shots from 35, 40 yards out, then that's fine. Hayden Roberts. Long ball. Tries to find Collins. Doesn't. And it's just over the top again. What are we going to do with it? That was a bit ambitious again. Like, great attempt, but I did say be a bit more direct, didn't I? Oh, no, this is going to be a turnover. This is going to be 2-1. Cheeky, cheeky, cheeky goal. I can't believe they've just scored that. I can't believe the cheek on that assist. We don't really deal with the ball. Whittaker has all the time he wants, and rather than going for it, he just dinks it. Keeper's in no man's land, and O'Neill puts Plymouth ahead. Not what we wanted. Right, okay. I'm going to have to go attacking, I think, and I am going to go very direct. We don't want to be working the ball into the box. We're going to be distributing quickly, distribute it to the flanks. And we're going to push up a little bit, and we're going to step up more. We've just got to go for it, I think. Right, let's go. I mean, this tactic could go wrong. They could go 3-1 up, but at the minute, I'm 2-1 down. I've got nothing to lose. This is Barquisen, though. What is he going to do? He's going to find Collins. He's got a lot of work left to do, though, Collins. What is he going to do? He's going to take it out wide. Tries to find Mendes Lang, but couldn't. And then he went for an almighty cross or shot, which Cooper picked up nice and easy anyway. And I think it's going to be 2-1 to Plymouth. I think this is the end of the game now. Yeah, they're taking their time. They're dinking it over to the left. O'Neill. Is this going to be 3-1 or are they wasting? Yeah, it looks like they're wasting time a little bit. They're happy with this. It's a 2-1 away win for them. 3-1. Finn Azaz. Azaz has looked dangerous, actually. He was the guy that set up the first goal. And that's disappointing. That's disappointing. Considering the amount of goals that we've scored, the amount of games that we've won back to back. We've literally lost one game in the season so far, and this, the one that I picked to do a video for, that's the one that we lose again. So that does put us down to second. I'm a little bit gutted. You can see we were in control of the game again. 61% possession, 7 shots on target, an XG of 2.22. So we massively underperformed there. Yeah, I think that's about right. We should have won that match, and there's no real excuse for not doing so. We're top of the league. We're at home. And yeah, we're going to get confirmation there. We are now down to second and Plymouth are up to third, which makes things interesting. Okay, so that was the Plymouth game. A little bit disappointed by that result. Looking at the next video, I'm looking at these two fixtures here, which are a little bit far away from where we are now. But I think the Man City under-21s is the second, no, it will be the third game in the Papa John's Trophy. And it will be interesting to see how our team does against Manchester City under-21s. I'm not expecting a result from them, by all means, but it will be interesting to see how we pair up. But then the next game is the game at Ipswich. And they do seem to be up there. It is a televised game. Are they a rival? And again, I'm not too sure because I'm not au fait with League One. Is Ipswich and Derby a bit of a rival, or are they just two teams that are expected to do well and that's why it's televised? So I think I'm going to come back and do a video, a bit of a double header for the Man City under-21s and the Ipswich game in October. I hope you've liked this video, and if you have, then make sure you like and subscribe, and I will see you again for the City and Ipswich games. Take care, guys, and I'll see you very soon.